Hello guys, today we're gonna learn how to change brakes pads on 2011 Town and Country, and this can be to any other vehicle if done properly with the safety equipment necessary, which is jack stands. So first of all, you're gonna do, if you're doing this by hand like I am, you're gonna need some pair of gloves. You're gonna loosen the nut on the wheel. You gotta loosen them like I just loosen them with the this tool, and then you gotta locate the lifting point on your car, which on mine couldn't reach all the way in, but I did it on the on the edge. So, and I have a jack stand, and I put something on the back too, so it doesn't slide back on me. So after that, you're gonna open the brake reservoir, and you do this because when you compress the brakes with a tool, which I'm gonna show you, it's all the fluid is gonna come back out up here, and if you don't open it, well, sometimes it just leaks, you know. So you're gonna need something like this to push back the cylinder, the caliper cylinder. And yeah, let's get to the next step. I'm gonna pause this a little bit. Next. Okay, so you're gonna remove all the lug nuts by hand over your tool. Now that you have that, sometimes it gets really stuck, so it's gonna be really hard to take it off. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna put one back in there, just a little, like 3 turns, and you're just gonna kick it up here. That'll pop right off. If no, sometimes you can even use a hammer and hit it from the back, but this is not stuck. So I'm just gonna do like by hand like this. Well, maybe not. Hold on. There. See, yeah, it's a trick. Alright, I'll be back. Alright, so next thing is next. You're gonna remove 2 bolts from here, one here, and one on the other side. Which in my case, it's a 13 millimeter. So you're gonna remove both of them. Alright, so I guess as you can see, I'm so lucky to still have this, because sometimes when it wears a lot, when it wears all the way, it'll grind metal with metal. It'll kill your rotor. So I still got some, and it's not scratched up. So I'm good. I'm good to go still. So you might want to use a piece of hanger so you can hang your calipers. Because if this falls, it might ruin it. And make sure you don't touch the ABS sensor cable, because it'll ruin it too. Even if it just touches a little bit sometimes. So yeah. So what we're gonna do now, you're gonna compress the cylinder back inside into place. In order to do that, you're gonna need the tool from AutoZone, which is like $20. So you're gonna use an old brake, put it up here like so, then use the tool, which I lost. So here's my piece from AutoZone, which it was like $20 like 8 years ago. It's still going. It's missing the front piece, but it still works. So stick it like so, and you're gonna spin slowly until the cylinder brake, the caliper cylinder goes back in to place all the way in. So if it doesn't go in, if it gets stuck, you might want to try to clean, but be very careful. Try to clean the thing on the inside. Sometimes it's just when you clean just a little bit, it works well. So in this case, it just goes like that. On some cars, and also on this particular car, on the rear side, and you need a special tool like this, but special. It's different because you gotta turn the cylinder in order to go back in. You gotta turn the cylinder. So, but this front ones are fine. But in this car, actually, in this one, and all the Europeans and foreign, I mean, in general, foreign cars, you need a special tool pull. And on this one too, on the back. So, but for this one, it's fine. Alright, so it went in there nice and easy. It's all the way back in. And it kind of spilled a little bit of brake fluid. As you can see, the wet spot all the way back there. One thing I forgot to mention, you gotta put your used tire right there. I mean, just your tire right there. And the way this go, the sensor is always goes on the back of. Sometimes it's got two. I mean, it's not a sensor, just a piece of metal, but it makes noise. So whenever it makes noises, it starts screeching. It's because you need brakes. Right there. Okay. So the other thing I have to mention, it's this certain width on the rotor. So that's still acceptable. If you see that it's really worn, you're gonna have to change the rotors. If this cylinder gets stuck, it does not want to go back in. Like I said, try to clean it, the inside and rubber, but you gotta be extremely careful not to break it. That's on your own risk, okay? So if it's still hard and it's not going back in, you may gonna have to replace the caliper, okay? But that's just like extreme cases. What else? Don't forget when you go buy your brakes, don't forget your silicone, brake silicone. That goes over here on the back of this, excuse me. That goes on the back of this guy. You gotta clean it real nice. Like this. You have to clean it, because if you don't clean it, this thing moves back and forth. So when the brakes actually work, I mean, when they contract, you know what I mean? So this thing is moving all the time. If this guys don't move all the time, it might cause some uneven wear on your brake pads. So remember to clean this guys out and put some new silicone. If they're stuck and if they're not moving, you gotta do everything to use some the leaf 40 or do whatever, but you gotta have to make them work. So yeah, what else? In the extreme case, you're gonna have to replace the bracket. That's an extreme case. So you're gonna have to put them back. Sometimes when they don't, these guys are kind of hard to push back in. Yeah, you're gonna have to clean this dirt or debris out of here. So then you put back this guy, put back the screws. Remember not to over tighten them. And the most important step, extremely important, make sure everything is back in place. and everything is back in place. And make sure for safety, your life is on the line. So make sure you put everything back into place. The two pads on each side. So the last important and very, very important, extremely important,
I'm helping you, Daddy.
like life or death, you know what I mean? So it will be to pump the brakes after you do this. You have to pump them before you even put it on drive. So yeah, this step is really extremely important. Like I'm saying important because you can kill somebody, you kill yourself. So after you do all this, first thing, get in the car. Start the car. Then pump the brakes until they are a little hard. I mean until they're hard. And then again, pump again. And again. So until you're 100% sure the pedal is all the way up, okay? Until it feels hard. And make sure no kids are around or behind you. So next step is you're gonna check your fluid. Alright, so fill it as proper, you know. So you have to fill it. Alright, so extremely important. Pump the brakes before you put it on drive, and make sure nobody's around or behind it because you can kill somebody and run them over. Alright, thanks, bye. Alright guys, so I forgot to mention something. You don't precisely need to use this little tool from Auto Parts, the AutoZone. You can always use a clamp. It's a press, but it's a clamp from it's like a clamp like this from Harbor Freight Tools. There's so many tricks out there. Like I used to work with a guy that while the calipers was still on, and he would just stick at a screwdriver, flathead screwdriver, and pull it backwards, and the piston will go back in. But I don't think that's very safe. So I'm pretty confident with this process. So well, alright. Well, let me know if I forgot something, guys. So let me know. Alright. Just ask the question. I answered the question. So alright. I'm glad I helped. You're saving from 50 to $100 or 300, depends on your rotors and stuff. Alright, thanks for watching, bye.